that. Now, refrigerated.
All right, welcome. We are back. This is episode number 8 now, I believe. Episode number 8 of the Columbus Marathon Prep Build, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty tired. It is 9:51, which for an old man like me, it's past my bedtime. But we drove 5.5 hours tonight to Rockford, Illinois. So we're in Rockford, Illinois, the very top of the state, and the plan is to wake up tomorrow at around 4:35 a.m. and we're going to rip a half marathon just to see kind of where pacing is at, to test fueling strategy, and we'll see how holding marathon paces holds up in a race format, and just kind of getting that format again. It's been a while since I've raced, so that is the purpose of this race. But planning ahead tomorrow, if you didn't know, in your Garmin app, there's called a Pacing Pro strategy. So I have my pacing set up, so it's going to be connected to my watch. So I'm on, it's like I said, it's called Pace Pro. And the plan, I named it 129 Project because I'm going to just try to run tomorrow at 129. I do believe I have faster than that. But the goal tomorrow is to prove that I can hold those marathon style paces and for the legs to still be okay going into Monday for training. So that's going to be the goal. But the splits, I'm going to start out at a 7:15, go to a 7:10 the next mile, 7:05, and keep going down by about 5 seconds the entirety of the race, finishing at a 6:26, and that will put me at 129 total. So that's what we're going to run. About halfway through, if I'm really feeling good, I'll probably bump it down even further and just hold it for the rest of the race. But that's the plan. Started at 7:15, ended at 6:26, so about a 45-second spread across the entire time, and we're going to let that run. Today, if you've ever prepared for a half marathon race, fuel can be a little bit different. And I'm going to explain to you guys what I did today to prepare for the race, and then how I'm preparing going in tomorrow morning. All right, so for carb loading, I usually don't do a ton, but since for this one, I am right in the middle of a prep. I know that my glycogen is going to be depleted. Like, I ran 7 miles today. My legs are pretty torched. So I do want to make sure I was getting extra carb content in. So all I'm doing the 2 days beforehand is 5 to 7 grams of carbohydrates per kilogram of body weight. So for me today, I weigh about 80 kilograms. So 8 times 60, or 80 times 6 is 480. So I try to get around 480 grams of carbohydrates today. And since I was bumping the carbs, I dropped the protein slightly, and the fat intake I did drop to leave more room for my carbohydrate intake. But that's what we did. I'm going to show you what tomorrow is looking like for pre-snack. So we have everything already set up here. So the 2 pieces of sourdough we'll do in the morning with 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of the honey, and then I also have a peach in here as well. I'm just going to eat a piece of fruit with it just to add a little bit more carbs. And then the 2 dates I'm going to do about 30 minutes before. That's going to add another 30 grams of carbohydrates. And then I also have mixed up in here, you already saw me mix up, this was 1 packet of Relight, so there's 800 milligrams of sodium in here. So I have 800 milligrams of sodium, and then about 100 to 120 grams of quick digesting carbs in this meal. And then once again, I'm going to do about 30 minutes out from the race. And then for my fueling strategy during the race, my goal, since it's higher intensity and it's about 90 minutes total, is going to be right around that 40 to 60 grams of quick digesting carbs per hour. So the goal will be to get in about 3 gels, maybe 4 gels throughout the entirety of the race. But I'm going to do 1 gel at 20 minutes, another gel at 20 minutes, or 40 minutes, and then another gel at 60. And then add another on top if need be, but probably just 3, and that's how we're gonna run the fueling leading up. So I'm worn out, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and go to sleep. That way when I wake up, I have enough time to prepare and feel good for the race. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. The plan right now is to go back to the room. We already had our pre-meal, as you saw. I mixed that up, the sourdough, peanut butter, honey, and then about done with our electrolytes here, just getting a little bit of movement in. We have to be at the pickup packet station at about 6:45, 7, and then the race starts at 7:30. So there's really nothing left to do but to do it. So it's one of those days you kind of just gotta let it all hang. So go back to the room. We're gonna get ready. Let's rip it. These things are wild.
What?
These things are wild.
Morning.
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 You guys started over there?
Yep. On the other side.
You can drop me off, pick up the packet, and then you can go to Scooters. And then you'll be ready.
That's the one they said.
All right, Mag, do it again. Hey, you think you're ready?
Huh?
36, huh?
Exactly.
That's a good song, right? Alright. I guess I'm talking today, so we have 15 minutes until start time. So we start at 7:30 this morning, and I'm pretty sure Brandon has a time of 1 hour and 29 minutes. So we're gonna see from start. Obviously, if they start right on time, we're gonna keep track and see. I guess we're not really gonna be able to track him on like how far he is in and like what time. I mean, I know I can just look at my watch and kind of see where he's at compared to the start line and kind of guess, but I'm gonna try to keep you all updated through the race to see if he's on time to hit 129 or not. But he's warming up right now, and we're about to get going here in 14 minutes.
Follow our athlete in the orange tank top. I feel like we'll be following her most of the race. She looks good. Race. Running.
Go get him, John!
Okay, so that means we have until 8:16 roundabout whenever he should be at the halfway mark, turning around, coming back. But I also know he is trying to negative split it, so it could be a little bit later, and then he's going to get faster from there. So, all right, we're already 2.5 miles in. A little bit of a pickle. I'm waiting on my mom to pull up, and we have to be at the halfway point by 8:15. My mom can get here by 8 to get there in enough time to get to the halfway point. So I don't have to do that stuff. He said, yeah.
Where am I going?
Right. Yeah, he said he's gonna negative split, so that's like whenever you start out like slower and negative, so like it goes down per mile, like he goes faster per mile. So like we'll start out, he said he's gonna start out at like 7:20 or something like that minute pace, and he's gonna try to work down to like a 6:20, 6:30. The halfway point is supposed to be around, you get there around 8:15 for the halfway point. That's like 45 minutes, but since he's negative splitting it, it could a little bit later. It could be like 8:18, 8:20. So we'll get there like 8:07.
Attaboy. Time to pick it up.
Thank you. He should be good on fuel. He didn't want his electrolytes, but I don't know. He's killing it. So let's go meet him at the finish line. See what time he throws up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Brandon is like 2.5 miles away, and we have like 17 minutes left. So according to his pace, if he dropped it down to like a 6:20, which is what his goal was, I think we should be like right at an hour and 29 minutes. But yeah, I don't know. We have 17 minutes left to figure out if he's gonna hit his time. He should. So we'll go see. An hour and 17 on the clock, and just to show you what I've been doing, because there's nothing on the race website that shows like his chip and like how far out he is, or like what his splits are for times. So I've just been looking at him on Apple Maps, and I click directions and then walking directions, and it shows right now he's 1.8 miles, but just a second ago he was 2 miles away with he was 2 miles away at an hour and 16 minutes. So he had about 13 minutes to get back in, which would be 6.5 minute pace, and that's right about what he said he wanted to be at for his last mile or two. Maybe a 6:20 on the last mile. What happened?
I've cramped that
Oh.
in my cab, dude. Like real bad.
Do like a recap?
So starting the race out, I guess this is the way it goes, ideally. I feel like I've shared quite a few losses here recently, but it is what it is. That's why we're doing training runs like this, so I can learn. But up until about mile 10, I think 10 and a half, I was cruising. I was like a 640 the whole time. Felt great. And then felt a twitch in my calf at about 10 and a half. And I thought fueling was dialed. I thought I had enough electrolytes, and then it kept cramping every step I took. So I started a walk run at about 1 hour and 10 minutes.
I was gonna say, literally, I was on the camera and I was like, well, halfway you were right on pace.
Yeah.
Because you were like 3 minutes behind, but you were negative splitting, so it was like perfect time.
Yeah.
And then with 3 miles out, you were perfect time to where you were gonna be at coming in. But
it's funny what happens whenever you get to points like that in a race. Like if you aren't gonna hit paces you know you set out to, or you failed to plan in some way. And for me, I know it's fueling and probably pacing a little bit. But looking back, heart rate was fine. I felt great. But I'm gonna go back to the drawing board fueling wise and pacing wise, and mix in some workouts that obviously whenever 26.2 comes around, I'm not at 13 miles doing that. So I'm still gonna hit post. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show you every step of the way, because I'm not myself gonna coach people and act like everything ends up being a win sometimes, because it's not. And that's why we do races, and that's why I like doing it. It exposes you. So not ideal, not the time we wanted, but
I mean, at the end of the day, you still PR'd a half, so
still disappointing. But we're back to the drawing board. We have 8 weeks until 26.2, and I'll be damned if that happens again. So
yeah, right.
okay.
Shoes are wet. Shoes are wet.
Very.
Yeah. Was it hot like towards the end, or?
Honestly, no. It was a great day.
It like, depending on I think where you're at, like the breeze felt really good.
Yeah. No, beautiful day. It's funny. I know I already mentioned this, but when shit like that happens, it's funny the thoughts that come into your head. I mean, you've like when we were at your 100-miler, you talked about that. We're gone. Stop. You talked about the same thing. It's like the first thing that comes to your head is like you feel like a fraud.
Yeah.
Because you're like, fuck, I feel like I put in so much work and to just like not hit the pace that I want. It feels shitty, but at the same time, it's like,
What do you do?
like I said, there's no other way to emulate a race than to race.
Right.
And it exposed you.
I mean,
I got exposed.
Yeah, this isn't your race though. It was just the training, so.
Yeah. Back to the drawing board.
Yep.
All right, we are back at the hotel room, and I want to give you guys a quick rundown on the results of the race and everything. So I did get the official time back, so not what I wanted, I'll be honest, at all. 1:32. But nonetheless, made a 5-minute mistake probably. We're gonna go and figure out electrolyte wise, probably need more there. Pacing wise, could probably have I guess started a little bit slower and then negative split it a little bit stronger, but this is why, like I said earlier, why we race. And I'll go back to the drawing board and figure some things out, and it's why you do it. Be really easy to not press post on things like this, but I always will, always, because eventually it will work, and then that's the whole point of all this.
Then you see both.
And then you see both sides of it. So I hope you took something away from this. I hope, if anything, you can relate with it and you find similarities in your training, maybe you learn something. But as always, I appreciate you guys coming by. I feel like we're building a pretty cool community here. I get a decent amount of messages about something in the video. Usually it's something dumb about flipping eggs or banana yogurt, but
It's gonna be the dates in the pocket.
the dates in the pocket might be the one.
That's
that might
crazy.
be what gets me roasted. That's why you cramped.
That's crazy.
But anyway, guys, appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one next week, every Sunday. Still be back to week 9, and we have 8 more weeks until Columbus to dial some things in. So, peace.